Om Sairam to all the Sai devotees.
By the immense grace of Shri Sainath Maharaj, let us all now heed to the biography of great apostle of Shri Sai Baba, Pujyashri Narasimha Swamiji, narrated in the book As the Flower Sheds Its Fragrance by DR.G.R. Vijayakumar. Chapter 18, Lectures and Discourses. Narasimha Swamiji gave a clarion call. Journals must be multiplied in various languages and books must be published. Gatherings, lectures and kirtans should be held all over the country. Pujas and bhajans must be arranged everywhere every day. Sai Baba must permeate the country from one end to another. This was his goal and he achieved it in toto. On one side, Narasimha Swamiji was publishing books on Sai Baba in different languages. At the same time, he was traveling all over the country addressing people on Sai Baba, sometimes alone and at times accompanied by local people or volunteers. Narasimha Swamiji covered all the nooks and corners of the country, lecturing, organizing, founding new samajams, inaugurating Sai worship in individual houses, counseling people to study the wandering minds, to concentrate on Sai Baba, to chant the mantra Sai Ram, and integrating several into one large and common brotherhood bound by their single-hearted devotion and loyalty to Sai Baba. He travelled by third class in railways, by bullock carts, jatkas, buses, motor cars, accepting any place to rest, living on plain fare or choice dishes, whatever came to him. He carried Udi, Sai Baba's pictures in card size and Sai Ashtotram for free distribution. He never worried whether his audiences were large or small. He addressed students, women and men pursuing various avocations, teachers, traders, artists and artisans and craftsmen. He spoke in his houses, clubs, schools, in parks and public places. His clear and ringing tone reached them all, bringing a message of hope and good cheer and opening a new chapter, a bright page in their lives. He is still remembered with affection and gratitude for this. Between 1940 and 1950, he covered nearly all the principal towns now distributed in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Kerala. In 1943, he lectured in Bombay and Bhusawal. He addressed a meeting in Delhi, Allahabad, Benares and Calcutta. He covered the Theosophical Society and the Central Hindu College in Benares and the Ramakrishna Institute of Culture in Calcutta. He spoke in Ahmedabad and formed a Sai Samaj there. Between 1940 and 1943, he was invited thrice to Calcutta to vitalize a strong Sai Samaj there. He went to Kharagpur and in Assam he covered Masimpur, Karimganj and Silchar. In Bihar, he covered Patna and Jamshedpur in his lecture tours. By these lecture tours, he built a network of Upasamajams. By 1946, 65 Upasamajams spread all over India and affiliated to the All India Sai Samaj were in operation. 15 Sai Mandirs were built in various towns. Narasimha Swamiji planned his tours in advance and published the itinerary in the Sai Sudha magazine. After his lecture tours, local devotees and organizers sent reports of his work for publication. At this stage, there occurred interesting happenings that promoted the Sai movement. Those who took to Sai worship reported the miracles which have made Sai Baba so popular. The early issues of Sai Sudha contained several reports of this nature. At the initial stages of the movement, demand grew steadily for Sai literature and Sai gifts such as rings, lockets, pendants, etc., and also the Udi Swamiji had brought from Shirdi. It became necessary to formulate a systematic way of conducting Sai worship. Accordingly, Narasimha Swamiji has given Sai Puja Vidhi and Sai Sahasranama in addition to the Ashtotram already in use. This is published in Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada. Puja was offered to tiny silver padukas, lockets, and to Sai Baba's pictures. Narasimha Swamiji composed in Sanskrit hymns under the title Sainath Mananam, which enables a devotee to have instant contemplation on Sai Baba. It has been transliterated into Tamil and English. One important incident which occurred on 7th January 1943 at Coimbatore gave a boost to the Sai movement. On that day, a king cobra bearing marks of conch and wheel on its hood appeared before Sai Baba's picture during the bhajans conducted in a shamiana on a vacant plot, receiving flowers from the growing congregation. The cobra was photographed and offered milk. Crowds rushed to that area to see this miracle. After staying amidst the devotees for more than 24 hours, the cobra crawled into an anthill in the neighborhood. The devotees were thrilled to see Sai Baba giving darshan in the form of a king cobra. Shri A. Varadarajaya bought that vacant plot and with the help of other devotees built a temple for Sai Baba there, which is famous as the Naga Sai Mandir. The news of the miracle at Coimbatore spread like a wildfire and thousands joined the Sai movement. Narasimha Swamiji was the torch bearer of the message of Sai Baba and the Sai movement grew in leaps and bounds. Meeting the disciple. Sai Baba had to wait for 18 years for a suitable disciple who could spread his message. But it was a different case with Narasimha Swamiji. He did not have to wait for a long time to secure a worthy disciple who could enthusiastically carry on his mission. The disciple he selected was a young and dynamic person, Sri K. Radhakrishnan, who was at Ooty. He later on evolved himself into Sri Sai Padananda Radhakrishna Swamiji and took over the leadership of the Sai movement from Narasimha Swamiji. The Guru Shishya meeting itself was in dramatic circumstances in a most unexpected way. It had been announced in Ooty by a citizens' committee that Narasimha Swamiji, founder and president of the All India Sai Samaj, would address a meeting on Sai Baba. The meeting was to be held in a school, St. Joseph's Matriculation School, Ooty, and the organizers, who were Radhakrishnan's friends, had asked him to remain inside the building while they went out to receive the visitor. Radhakrishnan had not intended to attend the meeting. He had planned to see a film, Daving Livingstone. In deference to the wishes of his friends, he stayed on, and to his great surprise, very soon he found a bearded saintly person enter the school hall all alone. He realized the visitor must be Narasimha Swamiji, who had come by an unscheduled route to the meeting place. He told Narasimha Swamiji that the organizers were waiting outside on the main road to receive him. "Oh, Never mind, was Narasimha Swamiji's response. The bus was delayed, so to make up lost time, I came by a different road. Now it is already 6:30 p.m. I do not like to delay any further. What? Are you ready? Radhakrishnan mechanically said yes, although he did not know what he was expected to do. Narasimha Swamiji took out a picture of Sai Baba from his bag and placed it on a chair. Radhakrishnan understood he was required to do the puja, but he felt embarrassed because he was dressed in a suit and told Narasimha Swamiji, I am wearing a suit. At least I should be wearing a dhoti. He was not allowed to complete the sentence. Narasimha Swamiji laughed and said, It does not matter at all. Sai Baba never looks at the external details. What he wants is the mind. You do the puja. Radhakrishnan found himself in a ticklish situation. He could not do anything without telling his friends, nor could he refuse to carry out the instructions of one who appeared to be a saint. He finally performed the puja. Afterwards, at the end of the meeting, he did the Mangal Arati also. Radhakrishnan took Narasimha Swamiji to his house in Fern Hill, Ooty, where his eldest brother Sri V.S. Rajagopala Iyer and his family were presented to him. Narasimha Swamiji installed a Sai Baba idol in the house and worshipped it. Later, Rajagopala Iyer was put in charge of the Sai Baba Mandir at Ooty and he became a member of the All India Sai Samaj. Radhakrishnan escorted Narasimha Swamiji to the bus stand on his way back, and it was then he put a very crucial question to him. Swamiji, I have a peculiar feeling. I feel the name a person gets in this world has some deeper meaning behind it. I have been named Radhakrishnan, but I do not clearly follow why I got this name. According to Radhakrishnan's family circles, the name was given to him since he was born after his mother had attended a Radha Kalyan discourse. Dear Sai Bandhus, we shall now close the 18th chapter of the biography of Pujyashri Narasimha Swamiji, and the rest will be continued in the next chapter. Bow to Shri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sairam.